Hello, Gospel Center. One of the things that we have tried to do during this lengthy shutdown of our church services is to keep you as informed as we can about how our church is doing during this time. So today's video is another update as to what is happening in the life of Gospel Center. So let me catch you up on some of the latest news. First of all, as we announced last week, we are reopening our building for the church to gather on the weekend of July 4th and 5th. Now, I know that some churches have already reopened, but we wanted to make sure that we were proceeding as safely as possible. In order to do that, we have had to reconfigure the entire sanctuary. So when you come back, you may not be able to sit in exactly the same place that you've sat for the last 10 years. We've also had to revamp and restart our various team ministries. And we've also had to prepare so that you will have the safest experience that we can possibly give to you when you come. Now, we do realize that not everyone will be returning immediately, and that will be because of various reasons. So we are going to be continuing our online services just as we've had before. But as you are able, based on family needs and health situations, we don't want you to settle for second best by making online services your only way of doing church. The church was always meant to be in relationship, which means that we have to be together whenever possible. Now, we're excited about getting back together with you, and we hope you feel the same. We will be instituting, at least for a few weeks, a reservation system, as our building will only accommodate so many people in each service. So we're going to ask you to register in advance so that if one service fills up past what is safe, we will then be able to ask you to pick another one of the two services that we will be offering. Now, I understand that every person has a preferred time and day to come to church. But during this time, we are asking you to be flexible until we know better how to accommodate every person that will want to come back. We also ask you, to the best of your ability, to follow the guidelines that will be set out for us so that we do not see a further outbreak of this virus. Now, you're going to be receiving more information about the startup in the days ahead, so please watch your inbox for that information. The second thing that I want to update you on today is that we continue to show great health in our finances. We've now had 3 straight months of meeting our budget for income while lowering our expenses. That's allowed us to catch up from a little bit of a weaker start at the beginning of the year. You know, whenever I talk to people outside of our church about your generosity and faithfulness, they are amazed at how well we have done. Do you know we have not missed a payment to our missionaries or to our Bible college or to our staff during these days, and that is because of you. And every staff member is so grateful, and we thank you. Now, please let me remind you that if you are facing any kind of difficulty in paying a bill or buying some groceries, please, please, please let us know. You don't have to explain, you just have to ask. Every person's request is confidential. We are here to help. But since I'm not a great mind reader, I'm not able to guess who may or may not need help. So please don't be embarrassed or don't think that others may need it more than you. If you need some help, just ask. We're not going to be able to pay every one of your bills, but we will come alongside of you to help as we can. Now, allow me to touch on one more major item of importance. The last 3 months have been months of more change for people than has likely happened in the last few years. Whether you're working at home now, or whether you're homeschooling your children, or whether your job has changed, change has come to so many. A week ago, our staff met for an entire day to discuss the subject of change and what changes still need to be made. What we have discovered, as you have, is that change is inevitable. So I want to announce today 2 changes in our staffing. First, as many of you are aware, our administrative assistant, Emma, moved away a couple of months ago. We decided that we would not replace her immediately, but would wait until the summer. Well, the summer is here, and we're so excited to announce that Amy Lang, a recent graduate of Vanguard College, has been hired for this position. I know that you are going to come to love her as we already do. She will be starting July 2nd in the church office on a half-time basis until September, when she will assume full-time duties. Now, for those who helped us by filling in during the last number of weeks, Ava Jo and Kathy and Brenda and Maddie, thank you so much. We have appreciated your wonderful help and the spirit in which you gave it. The other major change in our staffing is that after a number of years of being on staff at our church, and even longer in ministry, Pastor Patricia has made the decision that it is time for her to retire from full-time work. She will be stepping down from her full-time position as of June 30th, 2020. She's going to continue to work part-time for the months of July and August, and then she will officially retire at the end of August. Now, that doesn't mean that she's going anywhere. In fact, I'm not allowing her to retire as my wife, so she's still going to be around. She'll still be volunteering. She'll still be helping out in many different areas. I know that you have appreciated her ministry in our church over the last number of years. So if you get a chance, phone her, email her, talk to her in person, and express your thanks to her. Well, that's the latest update from our church. Hopefully, the next time that we send you a major update, we will be able to do that in person. But please don't forget that our first in-house service, back together again, is going to happen on Sunday, June the 28th at 6 p.m. as we host a prayer summit. I urge you to listen to the sermon that happens that weekend, and then respond by praying together. Now, we're still going to be using Zoom that day for those who are unable to attend in person. But if at all possible, we would love to see you, the real you, not the little box that happens on Zoom. So until then, may God continue to bless you and to keep you in every respect.